morning, and thank you for joining us. Tonight, the killer who murdered 85-year-old Betty Cabral 3 years ago is still at large, but some other crimes against her have been solved. The Palm Beach County Sheriff's Financial Crimes Unit discovered Betty's savings, $3 million, had disappeared from her accounts. Her financial manager is now facing charges ranging from grand theft to exploitation of the elderly. He is out on bond, awaiting trial.
Liz, as we explained in last night's I-Team report, many Florida seniors hand over management of their money to outsiders. But if that goes sour, taking back what's theirs can be a messy business full of bad blood and complicated red tape. CBS 12 News I-Team Chief Investigator Mike Magnoli learned Betty Cabral was just starting to ask questions about where her money was going, and then she was murdered.
Did she ever talk to you about it?
She did start mentioning things like, you know, I don't know what's going on. I don't know how much I have or how much I have left.
This woman knew Betty Cabral very well. She asks not to be named in our story, and she asked to leave her sunglasses on during our interview. She doesn't want her identity known because what she's going to tell us is alarming, and Betty's killer hasn't been caught. We'll call her Tina.
She didn't understand how she was broke, but she was very distraught about it, especially towards the end, yeah.
Tina was a caregiver for 85-year-old Betty. She helped with pretty much all of her daily routines and took her on outings.
We got all dressed up. I did her hair and put on a little lipstick.
This photo was taken right before the ladies went to the Bonefish Grill in Boca Raton for lunch. It was Betty's birthday.
It was great. She couldn't stop thanking me, and it was really, really sweet moment.
Tina says even in the happiest times, though, Betty was heartsick. Billy Cabral, her husband of 50 years, passed away in 2017.
Everything revolved around her husband, everything.
But before he dies, Mr. Cabral goes to the bank, to the office of his financial advisor, a guy named David Del Rio, 35 years old. And they have a conversation that happens every day in Florida. When I pass away, want to make sure that Betty is taken care of. So the arrangement is made. The checkbook, the bills, the portfolio, all of it will be managed by Del Rio.
Yeah, ask David. He takes care of that. He basically was taking care of everything for her.
Court records show that David Del Rio had power of attorney for Betty and was named the sole beneficiary in the Cabral's will. Today, Del Rio stands accused of moving the Cabral's money into his own accounts. The Cabrals had no children, and Del Rio's attorney says David was like a son to them. Tina says Del Rio hired her, but she became suspicious when Betty pulled out a stack of bank statements one afternoon.
Betty's story, where she didn't have a clue about what was going on with her finances, every senior should.
Tina encouraged Betty to stand up for herself, to ask Del Rio where big chunks of her cash were going. $10,000 here, $50,000 there. Betty told Tina she would have the conversation.
Unfortunately, seniors do fall prey, and it shouldn't happen.
The Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office won't say whether the missing money is being investigated as a possible motive in Betty Cabral's murder. Tina tells CBS 12 News she spoke with detectives about those talks with Betty, and talking about how her friend died, that's painful.
When I think about her last moments, it's very upsetting.
It happened April 30th, 2018. Some details are still being kept under wraps, but we know Betty was stabbed multiple times, and we know her car was stolen from the condo parking lot, later found in Pompano Beach. There have been no arrests. Betty's murder was only the second homicide in Highland Beach history. The retirees in this building are still rattled by the murder. Here on the directory, her name remains, and in the corridors, the concern.
She was just the sweetest little lady. It's a sad situation.
It's a matter of life and death, literally. You cannot allow someone to just take full responsibility of your things, of your finances, and you not know anything.
David Del Rio declined our request for an interview, his lawyer telling us only that he has no comment. But to date, David Del Rio has not been charged in connection with the murder of Betty Cabral. In Palm Beach County, I'm Mike Magnoli, CBS 12 News.